uh, today is going to be the day when they're going to throw it back to you. Right now, you should have somehow realised what you got to be. I don't believe that anybody. 2nd of the 8th. Start that off again properly, Cameron. It is the 2nd of the 8th, 2025. The time is T minus 25 minutes to qualify, and I'm here for it today. It's got to be the day that I've got to throw it. But I don't even like Oasis, or at least I thought I didn't like Oasis until I heard a colleague of mine talk about how brilliant their concert was. And then I had FOMO and regretted not buying tickets myself for a band that I've never really loved, but quite seminal as far as my youth. Quite important. People have mistaken me for Peaky Blinders. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I am. A bit of we are T minus 24 minutes. It's going to get techie than techie things if we're talking about Formula One. I'm here for it, D boy. What's going on, Max? What's going on, Brett? F1 boy. I am here. I apologise for being apparently late, but you boy need to get some shut eye. It was techie than techie things just now. I just felt overwhelmed and overcome with a bit of I don't know, just needed to, oh my gosh, Max, like apparently like you'd never seen before. They came and they were better than anybody ever thought. Not a big rock fan really, if I'm honest. I'm more of a biggie, can't you see, man? Do you know what I mean? But Oasis, you've got to put some respect on their name just a little bit, ain't you? Frederick Vasseur on deck talking about his extension. Oh, Cameron, you got Frederick Vasseur wrong, didn't you? You thought he was gone. Yeah, you bet your bottom dollar I did think he was gone, because I think he was gone for a while. I think that's the direction in which they were travelling. However, they then turned around and changed their mind. We know that John Elkann has been a big fan of... Could you forgive them for sacking him? Is he the root cause? Would sacking him be the panacea? I mean, 6 wins, 35 podiums, 1,280 points. But where are they in the constructors? Nowhere. I mean, it's times 2. It's times 2. And 280 points gap or something. And Ferrari own it. Look at this, 204. Look at this. They bring it up on the screen. McLaren have 516 points. Ferrari have 248. The gap between the two, 268 points. That's the gap. The gap is bigger than Ferrari's points haul in absolute. That's shameful. I'm sorry. Nobody can tell me any different. If we're having the conversation under the umbrella heading, even if I can sort out my enunciation of bloody performance, the quantum between Ferrari and McLaren in the constructors is bigger than Ferrari's points. So that is shameful. No, McLaren have been good. I know they've got the brake duct and the flexi wing and the slot gap and the aerodynamic efficiency, and they've got brilliant drivers in Lando. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they've got every. I get it, I understand. But if you've got Lewis and you've got Charles in the car, then there is no way that you should be 268 points adrift, and the quantum is bigger than your points. So I think that's disgraceful. If I was presenting those numbers, if I were even subjunctive, presenting those numbers at work, there would be questions that I would have to answer, for which I would not have answers. Like, it would be techie, than techie things. But today's going to be the day that they've got to throw it back to you. Right now, I should have somehow realised what you've got to do. I don't believe that anybody, Frederick Vasseur, feels the way I do about you now. Let's go. Not cheap, but a good one. Yeah, no. Did he go, Max? Have you seen them? I wouldn't mind hearing the feedback. I wouldn't mind. Charles Leclerc on deck. Mr. I won the genetic lottery. Mr. point-to-point quickest in the world. Mr. modern day journal lazy. Well, we'll see, eh? We'll see. It's going to get a bit techy. Good luck to him, man. I hope he can nail it. He's quick enough to. Similar story, eh? You know what? Let's talk about this. I was just reading Life and Fair, Horner gone, but for Thursday, DWM, do you know what I mean? Let's see how long Frederick Vasseur stays for. That's my question. Is Freddie doing a bad job, or is McLaren just being dominant? I think the truth is a line that separates those two things, Brett. You know what I mean? It's somewhere in between. Did you see him rock up Charles Leclerc today with an Il Padrino? I don't know whether that's... We'll go through it later on. I took a cheeky screenshot and it needs verifying before I talk about it. Ferrari look fast on the straight. Ferrari are always going to be quick around here because their car suits this type of circumstance as far as the track challenge. Aloha, what's going on? 250 minutes as use. Oasis lyric work for F1 Diva. It's in my head, that song. Oasis brothers need to already. True, this is true. And apparently they very nearly didn't do the concerts, right? So fervent and tangible is the hatred between the brothers. Liam and Noel. Okay, but Charles is it? I mean, Charles hit the genetic lottery jackpot, did he not? OJP Max Glaze settings on. Let's go, Joey. And here we go again. We are T minus 20, 19 even minutes away from a cheeky qualifying. I'm here for it. Go on, let me sort out myself, and then we'll talk about Carlos Sainz Jr. because I heard him. Carlos Sainz has to watch the channel at this point. I mean, it would be disingenuous of me and we to presume anything to the contrary. I just think he watches the channel. You want me to be honest? He has to. Hearing his comments about Lando, I mean, he's got to have at least watched one video, surely. Not to be not to bathe in the very murky waters that so characterise ego, but hearing him, it felt like he was responding directly to one of my videos, or one of the multitudinous videos that I've made with Mr. Peter D. Windsor criticising Lando. No, I'm never going to call him Lando Norris again. Not in response to Lando and his mistakes of the unforced variety, Mr. Mr. Bottle Job Start. I feel it's rude to call him a bottle job. The start bottle job is quite pertinent, and I think that's absolutely on the money if we're being precise about our language. Here's the problem though. When I read Carlos Sainz's thing, I thought, what? Who does Carlos Sainz think he is? Oh, it's a strength that Lando's so truthful about his multitudinous foibles and his mental fortitude or lack thereof, that he shows his vulnerability. That there are 20 drivers on the grid that currently feel the same way about Lando and Norris, about their challenges and the way that they embrace their Formula One and their ability to deliver in the most heated and pressurised circumstances. However, the thing that separates Lando from the others is that he's just so pure. He's just so honest. He's so endearing, and people should gather round Lando and Norris in that sense, and not speak about him in a way that's so disparaging. And I mean, it doesn't matter. Carlos Sainz, by the way, I'm doing here. It does. I should do the Spanish accent. It stop inventando, Lando. It doesn't matter whether or not you win the championship this year, but for you have another 10 to 15 years, Lando, you will win it in the end. If you this year, last year, no matter. Inventando, you know. If you win. If you do not win, if you lose again and again and again to Oscar Piastri, no importa, you know, you eventually you will win it. If you win one, fair game, you know. Stop inventing, you know. I am Carlos Sainz Jr., you know. You will win it in the end, Lando. No importa. No importa. The media need to stop inventando and clickbaiting, you know. I'm Carlitos Sainz Jr., man from Madrid, madrileño, entiende? Stop inventando. Incredible. Incredible. How very dare you, Carlos Sainz. This is F1. You're lucky enough to be one of 20 in the world. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's incredible, Benzi. The Benzi, I'm going to perfect all of them. Charles Leclerc, all of them. I'm going to nail them. I'm going to work at it like my life depends on it. If you close your eyes, you won't even know whether it's Carlos Sainz or whether it's Cameron CC. But let me put this forth to Carlos Sainz. What are you talking about, chap? If he wins in the end, you got what sort of brand of F1 snowflakery is this? What are we talking about, Carlos Sainz Jr., if he wins in the end? How's that approach gotten you thus far? How many championships do you have to your name, Carlos Sainz? And I do love me some Carlos Sainz. I'm rooting for the chap. Would have loved for him to smash Charles Leclerc every season that they were in Scuderia Ferrari. But again, he's got mistakes and he's too heavy with his throttle pedal. T minus 14 minutes. Talking about Carlos Sainz Jr., that it's a strength that, yeah, nobody would care. I mean, if Lando Norris wants to come out and talk openly and honestly about the emotions that he's dealing with, do you know what I mean? The pressurized circumstances that he has to contend with, that's fine. I can cut. It's difficult. Do you know what I mean? Are my shoulders robust enough to get in an F1 car and drive it at 10 cents, full send, drive it at 1,000 gazillion miles an hour? Absolutely not. I'll never have that talent. Like, I'm not even close. But to say, listen, it no importa, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Lando, if you win this, if you win this year, or it doesn't matter. What? What is he What is he talking about? I just don't understand. Honestly, I don't speak F1 snowflakery, evidently. This is like beyond me. Lando Norris 1.0, do you know what I mean? And the joke is, more than likely, I've got a feeling in my heart that he's about to go and drop it on pole. The question isn't whether he drops it on pole, though. The question is whether he can consolidate for a pole position. Lest we forget, 10 times he dropped it on pole last year. 7 of those, he flopped it. Lando Norris start bottle job. Let's see. Theoretical best lap times. I don't hate this from Sky Sports. 14.9 from Oscar. 0.032 Ergo. I mean, that's basically the lap times that they did in FP2, isn't it? 300, sorry, was the difference between the McLaren drivers. OJP holds the whip hand. 4/10 adrift of the lead is Charles Leclerc. 6/10 is Lewis Hamilton. 1 George Russell of Kingsley Norfolk, 6/10 again in 5th. Kimi Antonelli 7/10 behind. Lance Stroll 8/10 in 7th. Fernando Alonso 9/10 behind the race lead, or session lead even. Nico Hulkenberg 9/10 in 9th. Maximilian Verstappen in 10th over humanity. But the difference is, the one that they call Maximilian Verstappen, he did his lap time early. Lest we forget, we've got to normalise for the rate at which the track evolves over time. This is why I wanted, oh, here we go. We've got Max Verstappen struggling. It's copium, man. Lando knows deep down he ain't winning this year, so he's making it. It wasn't, but the joke is, Huncho, it wasn't, it was Carlos. If there's a car on track, we are here for it, says Jomo. Absolutely, sir. I concur. So my sentiments exactly have very depth. What's Carlos talking about? Stop inventando. Carlos, stop inventing. What are you talking about? Oh, it gets used. Gets used against it. Go away. Get away with you. Sometimes there's such a thing as tough love, right? And sometimes it's quite important that we leverage it. Sometimes. Lest we wish to all be doomed at the altar of F1, some F1 snowflakery. And I shall not, will not. Not now, not ever. Matt's on Dutch TV saying the McLaren and Ferrari will be tough to beat, but ending behind them is realistic. I saw Baxley said something. Let me show you this. It's important. Right, let's go. Baxley said something that it was basically, the Max said that his highlight of his season was nailing Suzuka, and that after that is full stop new paragraph, that he had no chance, and he's acutely aware of that. Doesn't have the car. Listen, if you don't have the car, people want to talk about overdriving and outdriving the car and yada yada. If you don't have the car, I mean, you're gonna need to feed the 5,000, right? Turn water into wine. There's no, like, it's not real life. Hit the notification bell. You're a legend, Chiba. Share the channel. We say it up front and personal. Central tenant. T minus 10 minutes till we get ourselves an all-important qualifying. It feels very much like it's Oscar Piastri and it's Lando Norris for the win and for the pole. However, before then, do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. It helps. It helps enable the YouTube algorithm to know that we're not out here just talking rubbish. Carlos Sainz, stop inventando, entiende? So smash the like. If you want to become a member, then do me a favour. Hit the join at the bottom left of the channel. There is merch. There is other stuff as well. And I appreciate each and every single one of you. See Paul, Max in FP, oh the humanity. See Paul, I know it's a shame, eh? This is what it is. Just give him heart. Give him something using which he can fight the MCL 39s of Lando and just something. Set the car up, because you know if he's got a sniff of it, if he's within a tenth or two, then Houston, McLaren have themselves a problem. If he's far, if you don't have that, then Red Bull, you need to have words with yourself. Why? Because Enrico Balbo and Pierre Vacher, we're looking at the bloody rain radar. Look at this, 40 to 60% chance of some rain. If you don't give him that Pierre Vacher and Enrico Balbo, then you want to have a word with yourself in the accountability mirror, because the world, the neutral in the weird and wacky world that is the F1 community, are depending on you. The glow of your video, it's not, I mean, it's not acceptable. Oh, you've made me. He's proper selling shares in Aston Martin. Something is going on at Aston Martin. You'll excuse the British accent and my mispronunciation of something, but I'm too old and it's too late to reappraise for my inaccurate enunciation of the. Anytime it's thing, you're gonna hear me talking extemporaneously, and I will say think, because I'm a numpty from Middle England. Red Bull can't give Max Verstappen anything because the talent left to do it. 100%. My sentiments exactly. F1 hub to the world. I concur, mon ami. It's not good enough. Not good enough. But they were talking all that good stuff, weren't they, when Adrian Newey was about to leave? Oh, don't worry, there's nothing to see here. Adrian will leave. But Adrian hasn't touched a car for the last 3 years, lest we forget that he had his accident, fractured his skull. He wasn't here. Not even in spirit. We've been nailing. We designed the RB19 and he shouldn't take credit for it. That's what they said. That's what they said. Well, how about now? Who's there to troubleshoot? Who's there to take a step back from the Red Bull F1 wood to see the Red Bull F1 trees and fix and troubleshoot for a car? No one. And therein lies the problem. That's why when Adrian Newey comes calling, you give him a check and ask him to write his number. Who you got for pole, says Benno. We will get Easy G. Qualifying traffic may knock out the top 5 early. Agreed. Dark clouds. I don't see any dark clouds yet, Safa, but you might be onto something. Love the cave of. Let's go. Who have I got? Who have I got? I feel like the new rules of this channel should be that you shouldn't pick Lando. I don't know. I think Lando could still do it. I think Lando probably is the favourite for pole without my checking. I think Lando should drop this on pole, even though the problem is it's one of those where I always thought that if past his prologue, if you're forward forecasting, the times when Lando drops it on pole, he'll be quickest in the early running. And if I recall, Oscar Piastri was quickest in FP1. And he definitely was quickest in FP3. So when you start to see those signs, if you're trading, then you can, it will be close. Maybe Oscar, just because he's looked so quick in free practice. Normally when Lando drops it on pole, he's quicker than Oscar in the FPs. Although Lando was making mistakes in sector 3A, for which you'd need to normalise. But you saw the theoretical best times. Go with that. Theoretical best times. Oscar Piastri was quickest, so probably there's your answer. OJP. This is different. I'm looking. Okay, here's what you need to know. Two questions. Is Oscar Piastri quicker than he was last year? 1000%. You bet your bottom dollar is. Last year around here, there was hundreds between Lando and Oscar. So imagine if Oscar is now, I don't know, a couple of hundreds quicker than he was last year, then you want to, Oscar's probably the favourite. Oscar lap was clean. I had a look at the onboard. Easy G. Watch the onboards. Piastri. Look at this. John, Easy G. Great minds think alike. Yeah, I did have a look at the onboards. And it was very clean. It was very, very clean from OJP. I think he just, I think when all is said and done this season, I think the words of Andrea Stella when he was characterising what mate, look at that. Bloody no, all of a sudden OJP is the favourite. Okay, so you got joint favourites for quali. 47.6% both. Bloody Nora, Charles Leclerc. Yes, mister. Cameron Jr. cares not. Dad, are you working? Not really, mister. I'm watching Formula One. But leave me alone. Go on then. 47.6% of the time, Lando and Oscar J. Piastri are both joint favourites, chat. Charles Leclerc, 18-1, meaning therefore 5% of the time. Look at Maximilian Verstappen, 25-1 again. 4%, chat. Oh, the humanity. Max Verstappen is 4%. What's going up? I don't think he has the car. I just don't think he has the car. 4.4 kilometers distance, 70 laps, 1 minute 13.447 is your track record. 34.6 meters elevation, 325.9 kilometers maximal velocity. There are 14 turns. It's going to get techie. It's C3, C4 and C5 around there because they will need durability. It is challenging. It is the Tyre Deg Championship after all. Oscar Piastri is your favourite, alongside one Lando Norris 1.0, aka Justin of Stranger Things, to put it on pole. 11-10, meaning bet 10 quid, you will get 11 back plus your stake. Walk away with 21 quid total. Charles Leclerc 18-1 is third favourite, 18s. Such is the extent of the McLaren dominance. 18s, meaning if you bet 1 quid, $1, you will get 18 back plus 1800 for the North American contingent. Charles Leclerc, Maximilian Verstappen is plus 2500. Put £1 down, $1, and you will get back 25. Walk away with 26 quid. Maximilian Verstappen. If, listen to me, let me be honest, don't be a betting digit. This is not financial advice. If Maximilian Verstappen had himself a car, oh my God, is it about to rain as well? Oh my gosh, Safak, you are right. I've just seen the dark clouds. Activity. I need to get eyes on the ground. Can somebody call Sabaxti and Chezinho, aka the A side? If it's gonna, can you imagine if it pours? Maximilian Verstappen, yeah, 25-1. 3.8% of the time under these circumstances. If you run a simulation 100 times, Maximilian Verstappen puts it on pole. Oh, the humanity. Let me email. I mean, Shaz and Baxter are there. Let me message them and say, is it going to rain? Huh. Oh, the humanity. We've got eyes on the ground this time. Is it going to rain, Shaz, Baxter? Because then that changes ever so slightly. You know what I mean? 4% of the time, Max Verstappen. Can you imagine we get proper rain? Oh, the humanity. This is why you need eyes on the ground. Just a bit. We need Lando 1.8. I mean, that might be good enough to get it done. Although I disagree with him saying that he's going to start driving at 95%. You might not even be quick enough in absolute terms if you drive 100% Lando. What you need to do, mate, per Oscar Piastri. I like that Oscar Piastri, when asked, is it consistency or is it speed that's going to win you the championship? He said, mate, you need both. If you drive consistently slow, then that helps nobody. T minus 1 minute and 4 seconds until we get ourselves a cheeky qualifying start. And I'm here for it. If it rains, it will be madness at its finest. 100% touche. I concur, mon ami. If Lando puts it on pole, Oscar will beat him into 100%, Darren. It's the oldest story in F1 history, isn't it? Lando and Norris start bottle job. Not a bottle job, a start bottle job, though. I think that's fair, if we're being precise with our language. Got to have a contingency on the ground. 100% will send in Sebastian and Chezinho, a.k.a. the shakedown. I mean, look at the radar. It looks ominous, eh? And Safak, you are right that the clouds look... The sky looks darker and cloudier than it had done in free practice. Next mortgage payment. I don't know about that error. Don't risk. Don't bet. Full stop. New paragraph. And definitely don't bet with money that you can't afford to lose. Aston Martin selling minority stake in F1 team for 147 million to the automaker signed a binding letter of intent to sell its stake in Aston Martin Aramco Formula One team to an undisclosed buyer, potentially Aramco maker. There's something going on. They're having meetings. Shout out to JP, good friend and colleague of mine, whose missus works for I'm never going to say that. That's beyond. That's not my. There is rumour and speculation that Aston Martin are having conversations, the car company, with Mercedes. What? I don't know what that means. I don't know. I have no clue what that means. Lance Stroll is doing all this, or Lawrence Stroll even is doing all these shenanigans, and he's restructuring the company and offering severance and doing it. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Will Honda buy Aston Martin? But we're talking about Honda. We delineate between Aston Martin, the car manufacturer, and Aston Martin and the F1 team. Separate entities. Chat. There's weird stuff going on. So what Macon just outlined very succinctly is that Lawrence Stroll is doing things. It sounds like they're looking to take Aston Martin F1 private. I don't think their share price has been going gangbusters, and there are ups and downs with that. I mean, Red Bull are still a private entity, aren't they? And that's why when you get these coercive allegations of coercive behaviour, ultimately they can resolve them internally. Had Red Bull been a PLC, a limited company, Christian Horner would have been gone last year this time. He would have been gone. They would have had to, but because they were a limited company, they could resolve it or endeavour to resolve it internally. Ultimately, poor performance put paid to Christian Horner, but they resolved it by dint of their KC and their internal investigations. If they were a limited company on a stock market, that could never have been it would have gone down differently. What HR investigation where Christian Horner isn't removed from the circumstance, shareholders wouldn't have allowed for it, and that's the gift and the curse of. If you have a limited company, you're at your own behest. You can do whatever you want, basically. So, Cameron never mention Oscar's 2 flopped pole starts this year. Go on then, Pico man, expound. Which flopped pole starts? Pico man, do enlighten me, sir. Lawrence Stroll has made negative 2,500% return on his investments, which is not necessarily for sale. I think the share price has been, don't quote me, but I don't think they've been doing one of these. In fact, let's look at it. We are in Q1. Nothing's going on just yet. Everybody's waiting to smash out their lap times at the rate. Oh my gosh. Baxley says possible. Shez says possible rain. Oh my gosh. We could get rain, chat. Cameron, it's about to rain in Hungary for qualifying. Mention and no mention of Sir Lewis over humanity. No, agreed. I mean, you know the Reagan. Anytime it's Reagan master settings, then you've got to. Who have you got for pole? Right, let's get the cheeky pole out for pole. Your boy's sleeping. Let's get this going. Who have you got for pole? I think I'll go OJP. It's a theoretical best time that tells you all you need to know. Plus, if you're normalising for the fact that OJP's quicker this year than he was last, and he went very, very close. He was within a few hundredths of nailing it on pole last year. Quicker this year, you got to go OJP, right? Not to say that Lando can't do it, but to save a dying puppy, I'll probably go OJP. I hate saying this and then putting the pole out. I've already influenced you guys, but whatever. Oh my gosh, Carlos just flopping the case as per usual. Jomo, pertinent point there. All the metrics on either side of your screen brought to you by Multiviewer. Support them because they support us. Legends of the Four. You will not find, if there is a go-to F1 app using which you can accompany your F1 viewing, enhance it and add value therefore, then I know not of it. Multiviewer for your desktop or your PC each and every single time. Legends of the piece. When it starts raining during qualifying, we can have a hustled up grid. I'm all for it. If Richard, but I mean it's techie. Always Max, even when it's not Max. I'm still thinking about, let's go Derek 1978. Rebecca Donaldson, Carlos Sainz's missus. And that, next to her, that must be Carlos Sainz's family member. I've never seen anybody look so much like Carlos. I'm very nervous currently, Z. We're going to get there in Q3, mate. I'm all right at the moment, to be honest. Sainz's missus, great personality. Let's go. Let's go, Luke. Yeah, definitely got a great personality. Not as great a personality as Charles Leclerc's missus, though. Safak. Like, humour me. He's techie, this. I want to be very politically correct out here, but Safak's like, it's just men. What do we do? These dudes are talking. Dudes talk. Verstappen starts. Let's go. 310 of you watching concurrently, but we've only got 90 likes. I'm not having that. It's not good enough. If you like the stream, then do me a favour and like the stream. Here we go. Now, there's a Max Verstappen. 27.7. Let's go. 1/10 quicker than Yuki Tsunoda, but it's the bloody McLarens that I want him to be quicker than. London Norris is on one here. Look at this. 27.7 through. Oh, Tsunoda San's only a 10th. All eyes on the sector 2. Let's go! Lando Norris, a 10th slower than Max Verstappen. Let's go! That's what I want to see. Max Verstappen goes 26.8 through sector 2. That's 5/10 up on Alex Albon. Of course it is. Oscar Piastri, look at that bloody Nora. Oscar Piastri goes 27.6. A 10th up on Max Verstappen. 2/10, 2.5 up on Lando Norris. Max Verstappen goes purple through sector 2. Let's go! Maximilian Verstappen goes 16.346. All eyes on Lando Norris. He goes purple through sector 2. What's the pick to click? He's a 10th up. He was a 10th down. He was 2/10 down. Then he's a 10th up. So he's carrying plus 0.1 on Maximilian Verstappen. But he's going purple. Microsector is going to be close. Lando might go 16.2, 16.1. Oh my gosh, 15.9. Fudge. He's nailed sector 3, but Oscar Piastri has said, I see you that, Lando Norris, and I will raise you this. Carrying 0.2 through sector 1, favourable. 0.3, he's like, oh my gosh. 4/10, chat. 4/10. What is going on? Who is this chap? This Oscar Piastri chap? I think we all have to bend the knee, you know. That is bonkers. And I'm not looking at the quantum. But oh, there we go. Don't mind that from Sir Lewis. Take that. 4/10 adrift. Take it. Let's see what Charles Leclerc's got. 27.7 goes through sector 1. He's slower. A 10th slower than his Sir Lewis through sector 1. I don't hate this. But again, this is Lewis's natural habitat, eh? You will find Lewis in the wild. Sir Lewis, Carl Davidson, Hamilton in the wild at the Hungaroring. Look at that, 26.7. So he's carrying 2/10. Look at that. Charles Leclerc about to drop in on a 16.1, 16.2. 2/10 adrift of Sir Lewis Hamilton potentially. So that Fernando Alonso goes 15.9. Drops into 4th. Nothing doing from Charles Leclerc. Sir Lewis has put the young dog under manners. Look at that, 16.2. Let's go. Let's go. Piastri on Fuego. Properly on Fuego. Although Kimi Antonelli too, also on Fuego, goes 27.6. Lest we forget, friend of the channel Peter D. Windsor said Kimi Antonelli's not bad through the low speed turns. F1 boy member for 13 months. Alpine kicking themselves every time. Can you imagine? They let go. They just let him on the bench. To leave him on the bench, he'll be all right. Let's not crystallise any contractual arrangements. He'll be all right. He'll join. Not like he'll have an offer from McLaren or anything. This Oscar Piastri fella. Take some more pictures of him on the pit wall. Joke. 27.7. So go on then. George Russell is on one here. Look at this. So he's carrying 0.1 shy. Look at this. Mercedes have sorted out. Apparently those emergency meetings work. George Russell about to go into second, methinks. There we go. On a 15.6. Oh my gosh. Only 7/100ths adrift. What are we doing, King George Russell of Kingsley Norfolk? Crackosaurus, you're a legend. How you doing, Jack? It feels already like we've got a qualifying session proper. T-minus 8 minutes left on the docket and 33 seconds. Currently in the drop zone. Remember, only 15 will go through the top 15 per your timing sheet as Hulkenberg goes up into 11th on a 16.3 rounded. Bortoletto having not set a time. Sainz, Albon, Esteban Ocon, Gasly as Bortoletto, commentators curse, jumps up into 12th. In your drop zone currently, I know, I don't hate it from King George. Put some respect on his name. It's not been too bad. Carlos Sainz up into 15th, but I bet if I were betting degenerate that 116 from Carlos or 116.5 will not be enough. Antonelli, good morning. Bend the knee. Do you know what I mean? Rounded third base. That Lewis Hamilton pep talk has worked. As Alex Albon in his Williams goes up to 15th, jumps Carlos Sainz yet again, if past his prologue, on a 16.4 rounded in your drop zone. Apologies to Mert for my comments this morning, although one of 365 days, full moon settings. This W16 is a very mercurial character of an F1 vehicle. Very well said, Aero 101. And that's what they'll be looking to normalise for if we're going into 2026. Brand new rules and regs, 50% electric, 50% internal combustion. But I digress. Currently in the drop zone, your 5 slowest: Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Behrman, Tsunoda-san, and Carlitos Sainz Jr. Smooth operator. Max Q1 exit. Behave yourself. Can you imagine? Where's Max 13th? Oh, the humanity. What's the delta between Max? Yeah, Max has got more time in there, I think. 2/10 is the quantum between Maximilian Verstappen, 4-time champion, and Tsunoda-san, 116.5. Who's on a lap? So they're going in now. I'm going to go again. T-minus 6 minutes left on the docket. Oh, the humanity. Piastri's 4/10 left in him. Jeez, John, can you imagine? Flip. That is bonkers. Do you remember for a second there, you were asking me who I thought for qualifying? And I very nearly started barking at the Lando tree, didn't I? Yeah, Lando's quick. And then I realised, I was like, well, hang on. Oscar's quicker this year than he was last. And he very nearly pipped Lando to the post for pole last year. This is not Fermat's last theorem. You know what I mean? Nor is it nuclear fusion or... This is counting basics. Max, not safe. Go again. He's going to have to go again, 100%. How is that even a... Do you read what you've just said, Safak? Max is not safe. Oh, my God. This is a paradigm shift that Enrico Balbo and Pierre Vacher should be ashamed of themselves. Side, you're a legend. Max is not safe. Go again. Who thought you would... 12 months ago, who thought you'd be reading those words in? I know Hungary doesn't suit Red Bull and aerodynamic efficiency, low speed turns and turns of short radius, etc. I get it. But yet and still, oh, how the mighty balls that are red have fallen, eh? Yeah, do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. Does this confirm the Mercedes car is good when it's in colder weather? I don't think we needed confirmation of that, Daniel. It's a cold weather diva. This W16, Felipe Drogovic, bless him, breaks me heart. Per friend of the channel, Peter D. Windsor, to see a fire-breathing dragon like Felipe Drogovic, Drogo, on the Aston Martin pit wall in perpetuity, almost deployed only when Fernando Alonso's got muscular injuries and can't race. What's EasyG saying? Slow down now. It's Q fit. No, EasyG. You got to go hard. You can't pull punches. Do you know what I mean? Not in Q1. Hey Cam, just finished the Hill documentary. You're right. It's always going to be that. Damon, I'm going to go back and have a watch myself. A proper watch. Love the stream. You're a legend, Benzi. I appreciate you. Q3 is going to be insane. Insane. We need to do a review of the Hill documentary proper, don't we? I'll go back. I will over the next couple of days with it. How is Max not safe? How? It's incredible, Miami. They could just take Hajar's car. And not true. Just put Max in a racing bullseye. Lance Stroll goes quickest. Track evolution settings goes quickest in sector 1 on a 17.6. A 27.6. Excuse me. And Fernando Alonso says, "I will see you that, Lance Strolovic, and I will raise you." This 27.5 goes 7/10 or 7/100ths quicker than Lance Stroll. But is that speed in absolute terms, or is that just track evolution? Track and air temperatures respectively are 43.6 and 29 degrees Celsius each. Look at Alonso. Flipping Nora. Alonso purple. Lance Strolovic goes P3, but Alonso, barring accidents in sector 3 and mistakes of the unforced variety, 27.5, 26. Going to go a tenth quicker than that at least. 25.4 maybe, if Alonso's lucky. Oh, 15.2, sorry, excuse me. I'm mixing up my 25s and my 15s here. What are we doing, Cameron? Accountant, yeah? Transposition error. 15.3 rounded. That's not bad for Fernando. Go track evolution around here is a thing. These lot are all gonna go again. Alonso and Stroll cuts, I know, not bad. Baxty and Chazinho in situ both said that the track temperatures dropped. Look at that, 43.6 degrees Celsius. They both said that the Aston Martin pace is real. No red flag, Safak, you can't afford to, mate. Max Verstappen will be out in an instant. Well, not quite. I mean, the joke is, Safak, if you're a Max Verstappen fan, a red flag might not be such a bad thing now because he's in 13th and he'll go 3. Although, not now, because Max Verstappen is about to nail a hot lap. Unbelievable. Go on then, the pit to click set to 1. 27.5. Did I just see Max go wide ever so slightly? 27.7. Fudge. Oh my gosh. Oscar Piastri on a hot one. 27.5 and a 26.5 sector 2. Oh, the humanity. It's going bloody quicker. But still, Alonso's in there. Look at that. Piastri's quickest, but not by much, eh? Oh my gosh. This Fernando Alonso pace. I know, relax. Shoot. Maximilian Verstappen. Look at this, chat. Is this the story of the bloody session? Max Verstappen is not going faster. But he is, but not a lot. 27.7. That puts him in the top 4. 26. Yeah, he'll be top 4. Top 4. Just barely. Flipping Nora, chat. Had Hadj faster than Verstappen. Oh my gosh. Go on, then he's at Hadjar. As versus, I mean, he's level set to 1 with Max's Hadjar. 26.6. Yeah, he's quicker. Isaac Hadjar up to P3. What are we doing, chat? This is unacceptable, Red Bull. This is nonsense. You are bathing in the waters of incompetence and ineptitude with one of the goatiest drivers that you've ever seen in the bloody car. It's not fair. Bortoletto goes up to 5th on a 115.6. Max Verstappen is at risk. In 8th, he should be okay. Carlos Sainz crosses, goes into 7th, pushes Maximilian Verstappen down to 8th. Sainz goes quicker, 8th. Or Sainz goes quicker, even 7th. Max Verstappen goes not. What are we doing? I can't even talk. This is stressing out my life. And by the way, the Ferraris, what a Ferrari got in their locker. Oh my gosh. Gasly goes 13th. Charles Leclerc in 15th. Charles Leclerc's got to do something here. T minus 15 seconds left on the docket. And Lewis has gone round. Let's have a look at Lewis. This is techie. Lewis Hamilton goes 1.5 tenths quicker. Come on, Lewis, says Safak. Let's go. Let's go, Lewis. Red Bull is now the true sister team. Get careful, Lewis. Cheeky oversteer moment. But he'll be all right there. We'll get through. Charles Leclerc goes quickest, 27.4. Where's Max? 9th. Tsunoda-san is the risk. Oh my gosh, look at the gap between Yuki and Max. What? 1/10.5. Okay, Charles Leclerc going hard. Antonelli jumps the gilly. Antonelli goes up into 11th. Michael Romero says, you know what they say when a driver has a kid? Max lost his aura. Oh, the humanity, Michael. Surely not. Surely not. Lewis up into P9. Don't hate that on a 15.7. Go on, Charles Leclerc will jump the giddy as well. Leclerc up into 5th. Pierre Gasly done. Tsunoda-san. Is anybody else going around? Lawson still going. Tsunoda gone. Unbelievable. Tsunoda-san on a 15.9. 2 tenths adrift, or 1.5 tenths adrift of Maximilian Verstappen in 11th. He's gone. Out therefore in Q1. This is your first and final answer. Albon, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Gasly and Tsunoda. What happened to Albon? He was there. Must have had a track infringement episode. Flipping Nora. Yeah, bet your favourite fan is Charles Leclerc. Huh. Wow. Track evolution. Will Max make it through to Q3? Not at this rate. The poll should have been, will Max get through to Q3? Sir John Perry gifting memberships like nobody's, but I'm grateful, sir. And I make no apologies for labouring that point, mate. Thank you. Genuinely, far too kind as always. If you're a brand new member, get yourself over to community tab and get yourself in the Discord. And you will get yourself access to a couple of different things. Priority in the chat each and every single time. Access to a cheeky newsletter of the Cameron CC variety and cheeky emojis that need updating. I know, Umarch, if you're watching this after the fact, they will get updated soon. John Perry, Sir John Perry, Daniel, I'll have you know. Oscar Piastri has the whip hand to Fernando Alonso. What's going on here? Fernando Alonso, six 100s. I mean, what price could you have gotten Fernando Alonso for quality? That's what I want to know. Chaos. $225 to 225 to 1. Is that Alonso pace real? Or are McLaren just going to go into there is a difference, chat. I spotted it now. That Oscar Piastri's time, that 1:15.2, made worse by the fact that Oscar said it on scrubs. Those laps, but those tyres that he set the 1:15.2 on already had 3 laps on there. Alonso's were brand new and fresh. Lando Norris also did that time on scrubs. McLaren are absolutely taking the piss, aren't they? Let's be honest. I apologise for swearing, but I've just realised that. They've just set those times on scrubs, chat. The 15.2 from Oscar and the 15.5 from Norris. Those tyres had 3 laps on them already. Scrubs, Max. In fudging insane. Got herself a problem here. Max set his, everybody else was on fresh. So I think they sent them out. Here's what happened. Oscar, they didn't change their tyres. Oh, the humanity. This is chaos, Aero. What Oscar did, and Lando, they put on a set of fresh, went out and set some times, and then just left those tyres on for the second time round. Insane. Isaac Hajar in third. Look at Hajar. What's going on? I don't understand. It's too much. The disrespect teed, but the scrubs didn't even bother changing tyres. It weren't worth their Matt's into Q2. Calling everyone else trash without saying a word. Tell me that you've got quantum delta in hand without telling me that you've got delta in hand. Unbelievable. So Noda-san going to helmet to cut off his pink. That is chaos. Absolute chaos. This is a Lando track, they say. UK bias lied. No, I think they're right. They're right. Normally does really well around here, but that doesn't mean that the gap hasn't closed between OJ. But he's quicker. He's quicker. He's a better driver, and he's in his third. I don't think they're lying, Michael. I think they're right. He does like it. As good. Is he as good around here as he is Austria? I don't know. That's chaos, chat. Start to Q2 delayed. Yuki to Japanese GT 500 next season. Hajar is next up. Badders up, Isaac. Badders up, indeed. Very true. At some point, we will have to accept that Aston Martin Aston Martin is a dominant for. The fact that McLaren can run on three lap old scrub tyres and do this is outrageous. I mean, seriously, what is 2050? It's chaos. It just, it is 2015-esque, isn't it? Oh, my head is straight. Jeopardy, John Perry. I thought you were alluding to Mercedes. 2000. What is 2025? And Jeopardy, what is 2015? This is the level of the dominant. That would be illegal, Cam. No way they can keep the tyres that clean. That's what they did, Michael. They put on a set of scrubs. Look. Oh, fudge. And Martin Brundle says it 10 minutes after the fact. The disrespect. Temp still dropping. Great for George. Yuki's attempt still dropping. They are indeed 41.3 degrees Celsius. They were 43.6 a couple of minutes ago. Oh, my head is stressed. Oh. Oh my gosh, John, did he go in the gravel? I didn't see that. Me too, Z. I'm a bit stressed out here. We are gathered here today to mourn the competitive landscape of the 2025 season. It was unalived, tragically, at the hands of the papaya-coloured cars. Mention no names, Oscar Piastri. I don't know, Benzie. They haven't set the car up properly ever. The car's always bad around here. I mean, rewind back 12 months. Max wasn't too pleased. I took a screenshot of all of Max's... Oh, shoot. It's raining, chat. It's raining. So, Shazina just let me know. It's raining. Rain more than this, please. It's raining. Rain more. Please. Quick. Rain more. Oh my gosh, my head is... Look at me stressed out here. It's raining, let's go! Calm down, it's not over to the overweight ladies. Let's go, it's raining. And that's what we need. T-minus 14 minutes until we get ourselves a checkered flag in Q2. Let's go! Raining. So what they want to do now, here's the modus operandi. You need to get out quick. Game on indeed, Darren. Look at it. Look at the crowd putting on things. Look, what you need to do is go and get out onto the track and set a time as quickly as possible, because now could potentially have told you, come I had the house on Max. Not yet, Easy G. I still think the car's a dog. You need the proper rain. Oh, the humanity, Jomo. We'll get to 50k. Look at Jonathan Wheatley doing one of these. That's how you know he's a racing man. 25-1. Here we go. I mean, rain would be the great equaliser. Maximilian Verstappen is the great difference maker. But Kimi Antonelli, look at that. Got him out first. Kimi Antonelli might be, if he carries on raining, then Kimi Antonelli is going to be, he's going to top your timing sheets here, because he's going to set the time. Patch of rain passing. Piastri being told patch of rain passing turn 5. What you want to do here, if you're one of these teams, is get out first, as has Kimi Antonelli, and get your time in at the point at which the track might be its driest. Reverse track evolution, eh? Rain will change the outcome. You bet your bottom dollar it will, Richard. A lap needs to be completed now. Red flag settings. Kimi Antonelli's nailed it. Mercedes on the money for once. They'll probably stop qualifying. Far too dangerous. That's great. True. He passed his prologue. Belgium Grand Prix. Some big names are set to be embarked by Hajar, Lawson, Stroll and Alonso, I fear, and rain is going to spice it 100%. Let's go. Go on then, Kimi. Kimi's the first one round. Look at that. Kimi and then Stroll and then Russell. Look at this. I mean, and there has to be a yellow flag at some point, eh? There simply must. Oh wow, GP says the best conditions will be at the end of the session. Go, the rain will stop. Give me Antonelli 16.4, 6/10 slower, says Crofty, than his lap during FP or Q1 even, sorry. Excuse me. Stroll goes 4/10 quicker or 3/10 quicker than bloody Nora Lance. Reagan Meisters, Lance and Lewis. Lance and Lewis and Max. Where's Max? Go on, and Max is about to go. Lando Norris doing purple microsectors. Behrman goes into third on a 16 flat, as near as makes no difference. Bortoleto goes 16.3. All eyes on Maximilian Verstappen 27.7 rounded. Doing no purples though. Come on, Max. Remember, Max Verstappen said the deficit to McLaren gets larger in the wet. Double brake duct MCL39 set 27.4 from Lando. Flipping Nora, makes no difference to them, mate. They don't care. Oscar Piastri. Go on then, let's have a look. 27.7, 26.9, 2/10, 3/10. He's half a second slower. Is Max. Fudge cake. Max goes 16.0. What? That's just nearly a second slower than Alonso. As Lando Norris is about to smash this. Look at this. Flipping Nora. Half a second. 0.5. Yeah, course, mate. What's the point? Let's have a look at what Oscar's got. The pick to click for Oscar. Are we going to see wet weather condition advantage for Lando a la Australia this year? No, we're not. Oscar Piastri goes 26.3, 7.4. He's got a couple hundredths in his locker. Oh no, Lewis only 9th. It's going to be close between Oscar and Lando. Oof. Come after hour, come after Lando Norris, eh? Come after hour, come after Lando, Benzi. I mean, it is half a tenth, Crofty, you're correct. Oh no! Scuderia Ferrari got work to do. You bet your bottom dollar they do, Brundle. They don't even show, Max. I mean, it's just like, whatever, isn't it? 16.1. Come on, Lewis. Go on then. So Max Verstappen was told that your best conditions is going to need for the racing gods to smile down on him, isn't he? Max. Oh, the humanity. I'm brave. Huh. Come on, Oscar. It's going to get to Q3 is going to be chaos. Chat 500 of you watching concurrently, and do me a favour, smash the like. If you like the stream, then like the stream. Focus, please, for one thing, which is to go out as soon as possible. I don't care about anything else. I want the least cars possible. Interesting from Charles. Charles wants to go out now and be unencumbered, untrammeled by the travails of traffic. Put my tyres on. I'm going out now. But now's not going to be the it's not going to be the quickest. Track evolution, Charles. Be sensible, mate. Do you know what I mean? Will Verstappen get to Q? I don't know. Could it? I genuinely don't know. It's going to be close, mate. Try doing an Aussie accent, Benzi. I've got no chance. Put him on the bar. No, Aussie accent's not good. Put him on the barbie. No, it's not good. That will need some practice. That Red Bull's balance is complete dog doo-doo, says Matthew Brand. Too kind as always. So, it's not just the balance though, is it, Matthew? To be super precise, it's balance and speed. There's two-headed dragon for which Red Bull, Pierre Vacher, Enrico Balbo, Lauren Mecchius will need to slay. Peter Windsor settings. Oh man, I would pay to see Max in a racing Bulls car. What I know, nail it. Be up there. I think one of the Ferraris is not making it. Oh no, which one, John? Where is the rain? Just a quick shower. They said it would be fleeting and it's passed. Go towards the end of this session when a track is at its driest. Per GP, Maximilian Verstappen's race engineer, the track will be at its quickest. That was not the time to be on scrubs. No, he was on scrubs. Oh my gosh, there were some people on scrubs. But George might have nailed it. George and Max might have realised that the time to be on... Oh yeah, loads of them on scrubs. The only people who wasted a set of tyres, Lawson, Bearman, Hadjar. Oh, look at that. McLaren's. Wow. The Tyre Olympics. Aussie Cam. It's not good, JJB. That one will need some practice. The Romance languages. The Alonso. You must idle ways live eth base. You must. I can get those thanks. I studied Spanish far too long and spent too much time in Cuba. So I hear it. What are you saying, man? You must always leave eth base. So it's too late to slay the Red Bulls. 100%, Matthew. It is too late. The stop loss, the mechanical and aerodynamic stop loss should have hit ages ago. T-minus 5 minutes and 20 seconds left on the docket. Are we starting to see the new effect with Aston? Apparently so, modern day, John. Although he's meant to be focused entirely on the 26 car, doesn't even pick up. I think we're seeing the Andy Cowell symbiosis, Adrian Newey effect. Two of them together, right? God tier. And the Fernando Alonso, who can, is not bad at translating race driver feedback through to engineers. Strolling P4 is clinically insane. It's true. Go on then, runners and riders. T-minus 4 minutes and 45 seconds left under the. Sholovic is back. He likes rain, doesn't he? But he still can't beat Fernando Alonso. Put some respect on his name. Norris Piastri leads Alonso from Stroll. Hadjar, Bearman in 6th. Russell, Verstappen, Lawson in 10th and 11th respectively. You have Scuderia Ferrari driver, modern day Jean Alesi and Sir Lewis Carl. Sainz in 12th. Bortoletto 13th. 14th is Antonelli and Colapinto languishing in 15th. Not having set a time, by the way. That might be smart. That might be smart from Colapinto. He saved himself a set of tyres to go and nail a lap at a time when the track will be its quickest. Here we go. Q settings. Christian's laughing at them. Get out the way, Carlos. Stop inventando, Carlos. Do you know what I mean? Have a word with your emotions, chap. Wait your turn, Carlos. Do you know what I mean? All this F1 snowflakery. Get to the back. Get to the back of the queue, mate. N25. Pastry still on scrubs. I don't think so. I'll get that confirmed in a second. RB21 so awful. It's Uno reversed Max with Stroll. SD dub. Max's lap time is deleted. Behave yourself. 116.0. It is indeed easy, G. Techier than techie things. I'm getting a bit nervous now. I would be fuming. I'm not even going to lie. Despite the fact that Max brings us into this, it calls us waffle merchants, or me a waffle merchant. I would be devastated if Max Verstappen goes out in Q2. I'm not even going to joke. I will be honest. I will be honest with you. Oh, 70, lucky number, welcome. Get yourself over to the Discord if you're that way inclined, by dint of the cheeky, the old The link will be on the community tab. 070 lucky number. I love the name, by the way. It's a good name, that. Appreciate you. Charles Leclerc hustling. Go on then, Charles. Pit to click is 27.4. He's level-ish with Lando Norris. Hustling that along. Is that Charles Leclerc or is that Colin McRae in that car? I can't tell the difference the way he's driving it. Look at that. I suppose the angle, the POV is enlightening. Hajar gets demoted down to 6th by dint of Ollie Behrman. Can you imagine that if Ollie Behrman sent Hajar out after Hajar was complaining about him, impeding him? 27.5. Charles Leclerc has a 10th in hand. He has 2 tenths in hand. No, Charles Leclerc's going to do 2 tenths quicker. Charles Leclerc up into P5. But where does Lewis Hamilton come out is the critical point. Where? P11, P7, fudge. It's techie. Darren, say it's not true. No. I think they've gone a bit earlier, Ferrari. Lawson up into 6th. Hamilton in 8th. 15.7. And you got everybody going round at the time. They got the memo, didn't they? I'm going to rage, John Perry. I'm raging already at Ferrari. Their nonsense. Lewis Hamilton down to 9th. Flipping Nora. 27.6. Everybody's going quicker. He might be all right for Bortoleto and Antonelli. Oh, no! Antonelli up into 8th. Lewis down into 10th. One more and it's Gonzo. Go on, where is Max coming? Oh, Fudge is out. He's gone. Where's Max? 27.6. 2 tenths adrift. Max into P8. Don't hate that. Don't hate. Just grrr. Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton out. What's going on? What's the point? Really? Bortoleto up into flipping 10th. And Sainz still going round. Does a 27.4. Flipping Nora. And Colapinto going quite quick as well. Go on. All eyes on Carlos Sainz. 26.8 Sector 2. That's not quick enough. He's flopped Sector 2, hasn't he? Negative. Go on. All eyes on Carlos. Carlos flopped his Sector 2 is the problem. No, I don't think he'll do it. Carlos' Sector 2 was too slow. Yeah, too slow. WTF am I watching? Lewis Hamilton is Gonzo. Still not meshing well with the car. Sad times, chat. Every time, says Lewis. We're cuts, chat. Quite sad, that. And I'd love to be a winker sufficient to do a celebration dance, but I'm made sad by that. Antonelli fuming as well. He's out too. So out in Q2, Behrman in 11th, Hamilton, Sainz, Colapinto and Antonelli. Flipping Nora. Father time, Michael. Undefeated, undisputed. Pound for pound, never has lost a round. Flipping Nora. Wow. Lewis is washed. Poor Kimi. I don't know what to say here. The problem is, let me tell you the problem. I'll be honest. The problem is for Lewis this. I always said that there were certain tracks that you weren't ever going to beat Sir Lewis Hamilton around. There were a couple of them. Mention no names. Montreal, the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. Mention no names. Silverstone. And Hungary, apparently. And look. What's the point? Who's behind Shaw? Every time. You must always leave a space. What's the gap between them? 0.7 plays point for it. So go on, that's 2 tenths. It's 2 tenths again for Pete's sake. And Sir John, you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you as always. 2 tenths. Always 2 tenths. Crying out loud. Lewis needs to focus on his drinks company. Michael, it's techie this. Just after you got him sort, you know what I heard? This is the problem, and I'll say this and they'll come for me. Just after, so Lewis was talking about, I'm not going to have a family, I'm going to focus on F1. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be distracted. When I retire, I want to know that I gave everything and tried my best to maximise the not insubstantial opportunity that is being an F1 driver. I want to, that's what he said. That's what he said, isn't it? Sir Lewis. Lewis drop-off needs to be studied. Pezza. It's hard going to a new team at the ripe old age of 40. You can't teach an old dog new tricks or something like that. Giovanni, yet again, Scuderia strategy, guys. Make a complete Horlicks of this. Surely there must be an online course these bozos can attend. What the fudge? Well, I mean, I sent them out too early, right? That's the first thing. Lewis has all the excuses, says Hertzo. Lewis Hamilton being paid more than Leclerc to drive worse is chaos. But it's Brand Hamilton, isn't it? Lewis Hamilton isn't a businessman. He's a business, man. Lewis needs to focus on work courses and a mega surf source. The SF25 has clear problems, says Matthew Brown. But I think time is starting to slowly catch up to him, and he's still a great driver. But this just isn't the car when Charles Leclerc can put it in Q2. Oh, Hertz, thank you so much, mate. You're an absolute legend. A legend as all. Oh, my head. My head. All right. Lewis Hamilton is out. Lewis Hamilton is out. You know, I do want to riff on, though, the cult or H's. Oh, yeah, Lewis Hamilton are winning an unprecedented 8th championship in 2025. It's going to happen. Believe. Faith in something is the ability to believe in it without evidence, they said. Those are the cult or H's. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mama Cameron. No, Lewis is going to do it. Blah, blah, blah. No, he's not going to do it. What are you talking about? Lewis is going to beat Charles. Hey, do you know who Charles is? Who's he going? Which Charles Leclerc is Lewis Hamilton going to beat at 40 years old? Behave. That dogpiling is crazy. Kyori, Lewis gone. Lewis is gone in Q2. Oh yeah, the snap of it. I mean, it's not a big mistake though, Anthony D. Chill out. I know he doesn't have the confidence in the rear, but I thought they did the test at Mugello to sort out that and the rigidity and be able to run it lower. Look at me, oh, feel gutted for Lewis, but tomorrow hopefully rain. So maybe you can do something then. Hopefully Max 2. Let's be honest, it's boring McLaren season. 2-tier championship stuff like Kyori, what's going on? One of the ladies of Cameron sees, so you guys are legend. Is that my Mr. shouting at me? Lewis doesn't need a pole position to win. True, also Easy G. Lewis is more focused on the photo sheet. Dave, oh yeah. Flipping oh my God, it's chaos. I always felt, you know, I'm not going to do the Monday morning quarterback thing, but then there are pictures with the bloody F40 and touching the yellow badge with the black prancing Corsa top. I mean, Lewis Hamilton, there is coping. Don't write him off yet, says Clive. Maybe not. Lewis said he will let the wind wipe away the tears as he's Ramon. I wonder raw, says Kyori. Lord God have mercy. I want to curse Kyori, but Mama Camera might be watching. Some real clots of the blood variety. That's what I want to say. Lewis Hamilton looks like he's fuming. When they keep their helmets on and go back to the garage like that, you know they're fuming. Giovanni, you're a legend. Too kind as always. You're right, Lewis is a businessman. But even he must understand that trading on the past glories, previous achievements has... Let's go, Sedan. My energy's downbeat. And for that, I want to apologise to absolutely no one. What do you mean? But even he must understand that trading on past glories has a limited shelf life. You know what my issue? I tell you what my problem with Lewis is. I've always campaigned that Lewis in his prime when he's had his Weetabix is as near as makes no difference, unbeatable. These most recent performance undermine my argument. They make me look like a numpty and enhance the argument of those who said, oh, well, he's a fast car merchant. Anytime that he had a tough teammate that he needed to beat, he always struggled. Like that's the problem. It's a reappraising of the Lewis Hamilton GOAT argument that's happening in real time. Whether it should or shouldn't is a different question, but that it is almost, to argue anything to the contrary is disingenuous. 070, lucky number. 070, lucky number. You're a legend. I appreciate you. Fudge just joined. I know Lewis out. There goes my surprise transfer poll. Neil, faith is belief, son's evidence. That will go on the epitaph of every Colt LHT member ever. Lewis is 40 times hang up. It's a young man's game. You remember I kept on them. Oh, Cameron's just such a negative geezer. Why are you so negative about Sir Lewis? Kept on saying 40 years old. There's only been 3 40-year-old champions ever. Jack Brabham in 66, Farina in 50, 57 in Juan Manuel Fangio. Kept saying, we did keep saying, oh no, Lewis is the best. Lewis is the best. It's all right. You know what? Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. Forgive them. Drive to survivors. You know what I mean? Innocent drive to survivors. Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. It's not just age, Alonso. But Alonso's got the car underneath him and he's already embedded in a team, and Aston Martin are around the Hungaroring that suits their handling dynamic in a way that the car's built and designed and set up. Lewis is looking like Jordan at the Wizards. Oh my gosh, Michael. You have to know when to retire, Cam, and not tarnish your Oh my gosh, Michael. I adore Hamilton, but certain so-called fans trying to excuse these consistent bottles is really... You know what? I tell you what, I saw a Max Verstappen naysayer the other day talking about how many races Max hasn't won this year. A Lewis fan, the flipping cheek of it. Can you imagine? A Lewis fan, a Colt RH team member, wanting to point the finger at Max Verstappen for how many races he hasn't won. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton, 14 races deep into the season, not a podium yet to see. No, 0 whiff of podium. His longest no podium race stint in Lewis Hamilton's career. And the Colt RH wants to talk about Lewis Hamilton. Imagine about Max Verstappen now. He's not winning races. Yeah, fucking cheek. The cheek of him. Big up to each and every single one of you for being on here. Joe, you're a legend, a proper legend. Can you imagine the flipping cheek? T-9 minutes. I don't know. There are levels of hypocrisy that I can tolerate. Past those tolerable levels of hypocrisy, though, and your boy will go scorched earth each and every single day. I can't help myself. That's the honest truth of it. That is the honest truth of it. And insane. Go on then. On board with Stroll. Lawson up into second. Yeah, that's temporary there. Go on then. Let's have a go. Go on then, Skepta. Go on then. We have ourselves a Maximilian Verstappen. 16.6 from Charles Leclerc. Bloody Nora. Fernando Alonso was like a gazillion to 1 to drop it on pole. Can you imagine? Piastri, though, is not having this. 26.4. Look at that. There's Lando Norris. Half a second down the road from Fernando Alonso. Piastri. Oh my gosh. Piastri going. Stroll was on used tyres. Good shout, Martin. Oh my gosh. A tenth is the difference between OJP and Lando. Easy G. Go on, Norris, but OJP has the whip hand. He's flipped reversed the dominance of Lando for this race now. He was quicker last year, but he's not. Oh my gosh, George Russell goes quickest. Quickest in sector. No. Calm down, Cameron. No, he does go quickest. Quickest sector 1 and quickest sector 2. But flopped in sector 3. No way. George Russell loses himself 3/10 in sector 3 alone, but he had it. He was quick. Cheeky mistake in sector 3 from King George. I think George Russell is in for a shout here, you know. I think George might be a cheeky dark horse. I think George might be in it. Oh, there you. That is a great lap. Max is sliding. Bloody no, he's got nothing. Look at that. What's going on? Shoot. Go on, we go again, chat. We go again. Stroll ahead of Max. What the fudge did he put in that? PEDs. Performance enhancing drugs is what he put in there. Let me take a cheeky just backing the boys, giving them the information they need. Young Shez and Sebastian B. George trying to beat a McLaren. His good old laugh. His talent isn't enough to beat McLaren today, but he went close. Sector 2, he was up. Look at that. Sector 1, Sector 2, he was right there. He was right there. If Stroll starts to routinely out-qualify Max this year and next, does that confirm Max was a new... Oh, the humanity, Michael. Behave yourself, surely. I don't think... I mean, given what we've seen this year, if I'm going to argue devil's advocate, Michael, lest we forget Saudi Arabia quali, lest we forget British Grand Prix quali, lest we forget Japanese Grand Prix qualifying Suzuka. Those are your three, exhibit A, B and C, to argue to the contrary, right? Track temperature has... Oh yeah, look at that, 37 degrees Celsius. Bloody no, I don't know. George could be there. Speaking of, where's I know, I'm going to get the boys together. I think, to be fair to Sebastian and Chazinho, they've both got their own channels working. I mentioned their names, Shifting Happens, and Baxter BF1 and Tired GP. So we'll get together again at some point. It's just hard. I tell you what, Corio, you want me to be honest with you? An insight into Cameron CC and who I am. Logistics tires me out. You know, you're trying to herd cats. It's just like, oh, can you do this day? No, I can't do that there. Let's forget it then in the end. You know what I mean? Max was just an asymmetrical braking merchant. Sparry. If you rewind to the last video, FP3, we debunked that myth. No grip, says Max. Literally driving on ice, already on the outlap. Currently runners and riders, pending final runs. Stroll run incoming. Oscar Piastri has the whip hand to the tune of 1/10 to Max to one they call Dustin from Stranger Things. Russell in third. Incredible from Russell. He was right there, wasn't he? Sector 1, Sector 2. Looked like he was going to drop it on provisional pole, but then ended up losing 3/10 in the final sector. Max no grip, 100% sedan. Now Max is an ice skater. Mention no names. Nancy Kerrigan, Sir John Perry, Tanya Harding settings. Piastri leads from Norris. That's your provisional front row with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the docket. Cam, can we get the team? Lewis Hamilton impression. Oh my gosh. I will try Derek at some point. It's a weird impression to do though, that Lewis Hamilton. It's romance languages where I'm best. Anything Spanish or French, I can nail. Been around those languages, studying them long enough. But if it's like Lewis is like he's like American, like he's weird. I need a fast car, right? It's like it's a weird accent, Lewis is. I'll perfect it though in the end. What are the odds? They were 250 to 1, Benno. I still think hey, what? Imagine that if Alonso puts it on pole and he was 250 to 1. Beef. Go on then, Fernie. Fernie's not going quick. What are you talking about, Crofty? Oh, okay, so I've got a sync. So Alonso, fair play. 800th of a second between himself and Oscar. Very nearly dropped it on pole. Imagine. 250 to 1, chat. Flip, ignore a P2 for now. I think Lando Norris will have something to say about that in a minute. And he'll be doing it at a time when the track is more evolved. Stroll over Dustin Fudge. Can you imagine if Lando Norris makes a McLaren Aston Martin sandwich and drops it on P4? That would be chaos. If Stroll out qualifies Lando, then that's it for Lando. I've lost faith in Lando. He should never. He must have shame. Alonso says it's a good lap. It's a good lap. It's a good lap. You must always leave a space. You must always leave a space. Props to Aston Martin over there. I know they're improved. They're much improved. Charles Leclerc going purple here. Nobody's talking about it. 27.5 from Charles Leclerc. So he's 0.2 of drifting set to 1 of the race lead or session lead even. 26.4 goes quickest. Purple this session. Go on then. Go on then, Charles. What have you got, chap? Charles Leclerc going purple. Purple micro sectors from Charles, but I think the sector 1's going to cost him. How quick can he go, Charles? Charles Leclerc goes pole! 1:15.4. Let's go, Charles Leclerc. Do you know what I mean? Don't hate it from Charles. Come off the hour, come off the man. With 15 seconds left on the docket. Who else has got some? Bortoletto, as near as makes no difference, matches the sector 1 time as Charles Leclerc. I think the track's evolving. What's Bortoletto got? Bloody Nora, Charles. Am I watching something different? They're so far behind on my visual. Oh my gosh! Lando Norris only goes up to 3rd. I think he's done. Why is Crofty so bloody monotone? Is he not giving me anything here? Okay, Oscar and Lando are going round again. I get it now. But they're yellow. They're yellows though is the problem. Lance Stroll is on a hot one here though. 27.6, 26.4. Is Lance Stroll on one here? Oh, George Russell even. Excuse me. Go on, George. Is George Russell Crofty? What are you talking about? George Russell only to 4th. Wow. Wow. Charles Leclerc, chat, flipping over. The man Lewis has to beat. The man he is. Max Verstappen going round here. No, done for Max. 8th. Fudge. Roll it back. I called Charles Leclerc pole at the start. Did you, Michael? Flipping Nora. 14-1. Didn't see it, chat. I'm not going to lie. That makes it worse for Lewis here, doesn't it? Flipping Nora. Max has got nothing. Look at this. Just watch it. The car won't fudging turn for Max. I'm just looking at it in delayed. This is one for the hate. Neil, don't hate. And I am a Charles Leclerc detractor, aren't I? Oh my God. Come off that. I've got goosebumps here. I feel like Charles Leclerc's done something very special there. To wrestle pole position from, I've got to take 10 seats. Unbelievable. I called Charles P1 and Stroll P2. Flipping Nora. Donate it. Congrats, Michael. I didn't see it. Had I known. Do you know what I mean? Your boy would have, I would have happily put a couple quid on Charles Leclerc, but I didn't see it. Lewis will be fuming. Oh my gosh. They're going to come. They're going to come for Court LH. Look at that. I mean, the face he had to flipping though. He's not bad, this Charles fella, sometimes. He's not bad. I thought OJP had it. Was there for him. Mistakes, EasyG. I don't know. They should have been on pole by about half a second. But again, sometimes the man can make the difference. Charles Leclerc's he's not wanting for a bit of pace. A couple of milliseconds. Oh, the humanity. Lewis exposed. Fuck. McLaren boys sleeping. I know Lando Norris and Oscar, to be fair. That's bad from them both. Look at Charles Leclerc's lap. He's not messing around here, is he? Much tomorrow, Leclerc is going to get eaten alive by the papaya bros, maybe. Leclerc is fast. Let's go, Leclerc. Unbelievable outlaw. Don't hate that. I feel like we've just witnessed something proper. I can't wait to see that on board Even though your boys are Max Verstappen, a Charles Leclerc denier. Lando Norris, UK bus, I imagine. Track devolution, something like that, Sir John. Ferrari never expected it from Charles. Mamma mia, says Charles Leclerc. Just an incident of the race. Just an incident of the race. Right, I've got to run. That's not bad from Charles Leclerc. Your boy's got to take 2 seats. Did I read? Mr. Mistake Merchant, I've called him. Sometimes you need to eat some humble pie. That's not bad from Charles Leclerc. Point to point, one of the quickest on the grid. What's the conversation that we have about Lewis Hamilton now? Bortoletto in 7th. Go on then, you other riders, as we round 3rd base. I don't want to hear anything about Norris if he loses, says Michael. Charles Leclerc nails pole with a 15.372. Front row, Oscar Piastri, Lando 15.4 third, George Russell 15.4 also. I think Lando's going to look at that. How come George Russell is so close to him? I feel like they just both dropped the ball. Not just Lando, it's OJP there. They should have been on pole. That should have been a McLaren front row lockout. Alonso in 5th, Stroll in 6th, Bortoletto, Verstappen in 8th. Quick car, that RB21A. Quick car, as if Lawson and Hajar close out the top 10. Oh, the humanity. Ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury, thank you so much for joining me. That was a chaos qualifying. Charles Leclerc shows you and me why nobody should ever count him out. Point to point, one of the quickest on the grid, potentially, notwithstanding the multitudinous tom-tom mistakes of the unforced variety. Techier than techie things. Congrats to Charles Leclerc. I'll see you in a couple of minutes for a reaction video. Between now and next time, 30 minutes before the race tomorrow, the prosecution rests. No further questions, Your Honour.